Full Moon Wednesday, everyone. This is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot. Thank you so very much for turning up and tuning in, for liking, subscribing, commenting, hitting the notification button, and sharing. Everything you do here helps this channel grow and is greatly appreciated. So, the beginning of the day, we have the full moon in Sagittarius, and until 4 p.m. And from 4 p.m. after, we have the moon in Capricorn. The moon in Sagittarius is about curiosity, general activity, traveling, taking walks, self-developing, and studying. And the moon in Capricorn is all about making plans, starting projects, taking action. So here we go. I posted this wonderful picture of the goddess guidance piles before me, asked you to tune out of whatever it was that you were doing in the physical world, tune into spirit, tune into source, tune into the pictures before you, and choose the goddess guidance deck pile that resonates with you. Now, this could be a goddess you're already working with, or this could be a goddess that has messages for you. So here we have goddess pile number 1, goddess pile number 2, and goddess pile number 3. All right, I'm going to give it a few seconds, let you kind of tune in with that, and then move forward. All right, I will be right back with goddess guidance pile number 1. So, if you've chosen goddess guidance pile number 1, this is your reading. I first would like to ask, please subscribe and hit the notification button. When you subscribe, you'll see a little bell. That bell is the notification bell. If you hit that, it will then pull up a little thing that allows you to either get notifications for everything, for some things, or for nothing. When you hit that notification bell, it helps me get into the algorithm of YouTube, and then helps me get these readings out there to people who may need them, and it's greatly appreciated. So if you could do that, that would be great. So let's see what your who your goddesses are today. So Bridget, don't back down, stand up for what you believe in. And Renonen, she is the sorceress. You're a magical person who can manifest your clear intention into reality. So what I'm being guided to say at this moment, as this little red fox is looking at me in this picture that I have on my wall, is don't underestimate yourself and don't underestimate your power, right? There may be people who want to hold you back. There may be people who want to hold you down. There may be people who ridicule and criticize you and what you're trying to do and what you're saying, or there may be people who are criticizing your path. There may be people who are criticizing what you believe. There may be people criticizing that you don't believe what they believe. And this is what I want to say. You have the power here to manifest whatever you desire into reality. Why take that energy and that attention and give it to people who, I'm just going to put it bluntly, give it to people who don't really matter, right? Why take that energy that you can be using to manifest? Why take that magic within yourself that you could be using to manifest and lower that vibration of intention and give your energy to somebody else who really doesn't give a shit about you and who really doesn't matter? Doesn't matter right now, hasn't mattered in the past, won't matter in the future. So instead of being confrontational, instead of facing this person and stepping into their energy and allowing them to have control over your vibration, or have control over your feelings, or have control over your power of intention or power to manifest, right? How about you stand in your power and you take that power and you use it to what is best for you and not waste it on people who are not conducive to your happiness or your forward movement. So as for your Moonology cards, we have Be Bold and Make the First Move. We also have, oh, and this is the Cardinal Moon. We also have You're Very Close to Achieving Your Goals, Gibeus Moon. So as you are stepping into your power and standing up for what you believe in, and as you are using the intention to manifest and reining in on your magical abilities, you are now being guided to make the first move to manifest your intentions into reality. And knowing that this may take time and understanding that you're closer to your goals than you've ever been before. And even though this may be taking a little bit of time, not to give up, not to give up, not to go backwards, not to put yourself in a position of, you know what, not to put yourself in a position of giving other people the power to think that they're right. See, I told you this wouldn't work. See, I told you that this was all bullshit. See, I told you. See. No, no, no. So I want you to make sure that you are understanding of divine timing and everything happening for a reason. And the reason this may be going slowly is to give you the opportunity to release what doesn't serve you and to step into what does. The reason why it may be going so slowly is that it's giving you the opportunity to step into your power, to find your strength, to heal from the past and move forward. So your healing from the fairies card is peace of mind and family harmony. So if you're trying to manifest a happy family, if you're trying to manifest great relationships, if you're trying to manifest great partnerships or business opportunities or family happiness, then please know that you are on the right path. Please know that all of this is coming to fruition, but there are things that have to be done first. You're being guided to have that peace of mind that you are where you need to be. You are where you should be. And the moment you step into that power is the moment you start using your ability to manifest your intentions into reality. So if your intention is having a happy family, you have to put yourself in the position of what it feels like to have a happy family. If your intention is to have a great relationship, you have to put yourself in the position of what it feels like to have a great relationship. And I'll give you an example. So if you want a relationship, or if you're trying to manifest this relationship that can turn into a marriage or a proposal or whatever, this is what you do. You go into your bedroom and you, first of all, declutter it, right? Because the bedroom is a place where you find the dynamics in a certain way, in that sensual way of a relationship, right? I think the bedroom is, now, don't get me wrong. I think that two people have the opportunity to click, right? If you know, you know, right? And then when the relationship gets further along, or whatever you want to do, you go into the intimate part of the relationship. And for some, if the intimate part isn't there, then they're not willing to put in the work to come together with the intimate part of the relationship, right? So if the intimacy isn't there, if the sex isn't good, even though they're a good person, we don't really want to waste time on it if we don't have the quote unquote whole package, right? So the way to manifest this quote unquote whole package is first decluttering your intimate space, right? And then setting up your room to be able to bring in the energy of someone else being there. So 2 nightstands, a balanced nightstand on each side of the table. So if one has this, the other one has this. Making room in your closet and room in your dresser for this other person. Making the room inviting for the energy of um, intimacy or romance, right? So that's one way you can do it. Starting from the beginning of your home, it's all about balance as well. So decluttering, right? End tables that match. Setting a table for two, even though you're not having dinner, right? It's the ambiance, it's the energy, it's the intention. So setting a table for two in the bathroom, putting 2 towels on the rack, having 2 toothbrush holders if you do that sort of thing, 2 washcloths, and if you do that sort of thing, hanging in the the shower. There are so many things that you can do to bring in intimacy in your life, and it's all about intent. It's all about decluttering. It's all about making the space and bringing in that energy for someone else. As far as you personally, right? If you have residual energy left over from other relationships that you are heartbroken about, the first thing with you is to start healing from those relationships. Because the last thing you want to do is go into a relationship harboring residual energy from other relationships and then projecting that residual energy onto the other person who has absolutely nothing to do with what was before. So have that peace of mind that you have the power to manifest this family harmony. You have the power to create your reality. You have the power to stand in your power and stand up for what you believe and achieving your goals. For your healing with the angels card, we have the card of power. So I kept talking about you having the power. And we have the soulmate card. So we have the soulmate and we have the family harmony. And your postcards from spirit reads as such. Dear you, even though life seems now to be moving full steam ahead, it's time to rest. Allow ideas to flow through you and take root in your heart before they reach your mind. Honor this process by becoming empty to allow for inspiration and the magic of dreaming. You might feel lazy or unproductive, but we know better. Just as sleep is a way to recharge before renewal, so are you in a time of dreaming. In this powerful process of co-creation, your soul merges with spirit in a profound way so you can receive your music directly from source and play your part in the symphony of life. You are being invited to bear witness to the great creation and tune in to what others can't hear. We have so many dreams to share with you in the sacred and the invisible. Don't worry, we will wake you when it's time to return with a new dream. No need to set an alarm clock. So you're being guided to rest here. You're being guided to allow spirit, allow the energy, source energy to connect to you through your dreams and allow spirit to, through your dreams, to give you the peace of mind and the power to create what it is that you desire for your reality to be, right? So getting that magical energy, getting that sorceress energy, getting that creative energy through sleep, through dreams. So resting, listening to your body. If your body says, I'm worn out and I'm tired, it's very difficult to create. It's very difficult to manifest from a head space, heart space, body space of being worn out, tired. I was talking to my friend about this the other day, and her husband seems to think that if you take naps, you age faster, or your brain activity slows down as you get older. And I'm like, are you kidding? Naps are the best thing ever. Because when you're napping, you're not in a place of resistance to spirit, to source, right? You're not resisting that energy. You can't. You're sleeping. right? You can't negative talk yourself. You can't sit in feelings of unworthiness or unappreciation. You can't sit in feelings of stagnant energy when you sleep. So while you sleep, we open ourselves up to the energy of spirit to guide us through our dreams. And hopefully, as we wake, we have the ability to remember those dreams or feel empowered by those dreams, even if we don't remember them. And then we hopefully have the ability to step in that power and start creating. Right? So before you go to sleep tonight on this wonderful full moon Wednesday, try to release any resistance you may have before you go to bed. Do yoga, do breathing exercises, take a hot shower, drink some tea. Let Spirit know that you are open to whatever messages that Spirit desires to bring you as you sleep. Be open and inviting to those. And when you wake up in the morning, don't just jump out of bed. Remember those dreams, remember those messages, write them down, and put them where they desire to be. Put them where you desire them to be in your path of manifestation. And we talked a little about how to manifest a soulmate, how to manifest the sensual relationship. We talked a little bit about that, a little bit about balance, a little about cleaning up the residual energy from past relationships, which also can be beneficial for family harmony as well. So if you've chosen Goddess Guidance pile number 1, here you are. All right. Know that you're divinely guided and loved, and know that you have all the power. Know that you have the potential to manifest your clear intentions into reality. Know that there may be other people who think that you're crazy, and that's okay. That's okay, because they will never be able to be as powerful as you are with an attitude of, with the attitude that they have of resistance, with the attitude of thinking, this is crazy, or this is nonsense, or this isn't real, or this is all in your head, or whatever, right? They will never be as powerful as you are unless they too give in or give up the resistance and step into spirit. And you are already there. So good for you. All right. So until next time, take care of you. Bye. Okay, hello, Goddess number 2. So, I would like to request before I start this reading that you subscribe and you hit the notification bell. As you subscribe, a little bell will come up next to the word subscribe. You hit that, and that allows you to subscribe to, or not subscribe, but to be notified when I post future readings. So if you could do that, that would be greatly appreciated. So let's see what Goddess is either trying to send you a message. Perhaps you're already working with them. Oh, this is the beautiful one. I love this. Lakshmi, and Damara. Okay, so stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. And you're good at helping, counseling, and healing. Use your skills to help children. So the first word that kind of came into my head was counselor, right? So I kind of get the feeling here that some of you who are reading this may be either desiring to go to school to be guidance counselors or are guidance counselors, or maybe in the process of getting some sort of degree for guidance counseling. And you may be feeling a little bit uncertain about it, or maybe feeling a little bit, and this could be you guiding your own children, right? Maybe there's a family dynamic thing that's going on, and you and your child are having a little bit of hiccup in your relationship. I have 3 children. I know how that can be. You're being guided to be patient, to be understanding. And the first song that comes to my head is walk a mile in my shoes kind of thing, right? Before you abuse, criticize, and accuse, walk a mile in my shoes. You don't know you don't know my struggles. You don't know where I've been. You don't know how I'm feeling. So don't judge me. put yourself in my position, or put yourself in my position enough to understand what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Put yourself in my position enough to understand what I'm saying, right? I know that you were a child once, Mom, Dad. I know the struggles that you went through, but the struggles that you went through and the struggles that I am going through are completely different struggles. And I know that you have experience here, but you don't have experience going through what I'm going through. So before you judge me or accuse me, or verbally give me shit, just take a minute and listen to what I have to say, and put yourself in my shoes. How would you be reacting if you were going through what I am going through? So I kind of feel that in the feels that some of you may be having this dynamic family dynamic thing happening going on. And for those of you who are thinking about going into some sort of psychology or guidance counseling, everything is going to be fine, right? Just have patience, take it slow. Not everything happens overnight. And I said this in the last reading, that perhaps the reason why it may be going slow is because there are things that need to be taken care of before you fully step into this energy. So the first Moonology card is the disseminating moon. Take time to breathe. Take time to breathe out. Take time to exhale, right? We go through so much in our daily lives that we don't allow ourselves time to just breathe. We don't allow ourselves time to take a minute and listen. We don't allow ourselves time to take a minute and look at the bigger picture, which is the next card, by the way, full moon in Sagittarius. We don't give, and I was saying at the beginning of, if you didn't watch the intro, until 4 o'clock this afternoon, we have full moon in Sagittarius, and then it moves over to Capricorn. So looking at the bigger picture here, right? Not seeing things just predominantly from your perspective or your point of view. There's a lot of different perspectives here. There's a lot of different point of views here. And if you're so closed-minded, if you're so closed-minded in regards to this situation, then you will never know what the true issue is here. You will be judgy, you will criticize, you'll accuse, but you won't take time out and take a step back just to breathe and to listen. And that's all that's really being asked of you. Just breathe and listen. Right? We have the card of positive expectations and dreams coming true. So if there is this family dynamic thing that's going on, and if you're having a problem with your children, if that's the case, and you do take the time to see eye to eye with them and allow them to talk to you, allow them to speak before becoming very judgmental, then I think that this relationship has the possibility to turn into a positive one. And this this I know this card says dreams coming true, but there's this beautiful picture of this mother and daughter, and I feel that this is more of an inspirational kind of thing, right? It gives me hope. It gives me positive expectations to think that this relationship can be healed. This relationship can be better. For those of you who are thinking about going to school to be a guidance counselor or some sort of intuitive or counselor for children, things like that, you're being guided to, first of all, take a time out and breathe, right? Don't let this overwhelm you. Look at the bigger picture. Come at this from positive expectations as opposed to uncertainty, and allow spiritual energy to work in your favor. Allow the energy that is around you to work in your favor. You can't go into something by looking at it halfway with blinders on. And I think that's, for some of us, that is what we do, because we're afraid to look at the bigger picture, because the bigger picture says all of this needs to be done. Right? We need to do A, B, C, D, E all the way through the damn alphabet. And then we look at it as being, then we look at it as it being too difficult, and then we get in a mindset of sabotaging ourselves. So we also have divine guidance and spiritual growth. So as I was saying, and then there was just some sort of weird knock on my window, and there's no one here. So thank you for that. As I was saying before, those of you who are wanting to be perhaps maybe guidance counselors, those of you who maybe are thinking about being, you know, I don't think there are a lot of people who spiritual in regards to reading tarot or intuitive or things like that who work with children. Children are very open to the spiritual world, spiritual realms. There are children who I have watched who are very closely connected to their past lives, and even as I was when I was a child, I was very very in tune, and then I was tuned out, because I had those parents who didn't who didn't help me evolve into what as powerful as I could have been, right? So I was and then everything went downhill from there, and we won't go into that, but I pushed my spiritual growth away for a very long time, because I didn't think that the life that I was living and the um, spiritual abilities that I had went hand in hand, if that makes sense. And I know that may sound crazy. And then looking back at it, I see that the divine guidance and spiritual growth I was going through at the time could have, if I would have allowed myself to dive in feet first or head first or whatever, that it probably could have saved me a lot of heartbreak and heartache. And because I think there were some times that spirit was trying to um, navigate me away from the situations that I've gotten into, but because I was steered away from my spiritual growth, that I really wasn't in tune with that divine guidance. So I really think that there needs to be this uprising of um, healers, intuitives, readers that work with children who don't get the support from their family in regards to um, working with their spiritual growth and divine guidance. So perhaps this could be you. Perhaps you could be the one who gets into divine healing for children or spiritual growth for children. Whatever the case is here, you're being guided to just take time to breathe and look at the bigger picture and listen to that divine guidance in regards to your spiritual growth. Listen to that divine guidance in the relationship with your child. Listen to that divine guidance in the relationship with yourself. Listen to that divine guidance in the relationship with Source. Listen to that divine guidance in what it is that you're trying to do, to whatever it is you're trying to move yourself into. Listen to that divine guidance, because regardless of what this has to do with, there is spiritual growth here, and that spiritual growth can help you tap into many other avenues and the path that you're seeking. Um, your goddess guidance, not goddess guidance, no, no, no. Your postcard from Spirit card reads as, Dearest you, there is only one you, and you have a unique path and a special purpose. You're supposed to have specific experiences in this world and meet certain people, but then it is up to you how you live, how awake you choose to be, and how willing you are to growth and stripping away what's false. Don't compare yourself to others. It's easy to think a person is happier just because their outside looks good, according to society standards. But you can't know anyone's internal experiences. Remember I talked about that whole walk a mile in my shoes thing? Okay. Compare yourself only to your past self. See how far you've come. Don't be distracted by what others are doing or accomplishing. Stay focused on what inspires you. That's how you get successful and find happiness. Want what you have now, not what someone else has. We love you immensely and know your journey ahead is sparkling with miracles and wondrous things. Trust, love and forever and ever and ever. So I hope that this reading has resonated with you, has given you something to think about, and I hope that you have just a beautiful day and this beautiful full moon, and I hope that you're able to just breathe and look at the bigger picture and step into this divine guidance and spiritual growth that is around you. And until next time, take care of you. Bye. Last but not least, Goddess Guidance pile number 3. So thank you so very much for being here, for turning up and tuning in. I'd like to request that you hit the subscription button and the notification bell. The notification bell is right next to the subscription button. So when you hit subscribe, a little bell will come up. That little bell will give you the opportunity to get notified of all the readings that I post, on some of the readings that I post, or none, but hitting that notification bell helps me get into the algorithm and helps me get these readings out there to people who may need to hear what it is that I'm saying, or whatever energy or messages that are coming across. So thank you very much. So this is your Goddess Guidance card. So Sige, quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. And Onaga, easy does it. There's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. Again, we talk about divine timing. Again, we're talking about not rushing that divine timing. We talk about being at peace. We're talking about meditation, contemplation. We talk about tuning out and not letting the chaos of the real world distract you, not putting yourself in a position to hurry through life. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the time that you have. Enjoy this experience. Right? So sitting back, breathing, contemplating, enjoying the journey, and taking your time. Your Moonology card is as follows. The answers you need are coming, and the answers you need are coming. I love that it's above the quiet time, because we so much focus on that whole timing thing, right? I've asked and asked and asked Spirit, and nothing has come across. No messages have come. Well, what have you been doing, though, to kind of help this message along? Have you been sitting in contemplation? No. Have you been meditating? No, really? Have you been out in nature, going for a walk, listening to the birds, paying attention to this beautiful world around you? No, you haven't. You've been on your phone looking at TikTok videos. You've been on social media, getting all riled up about things that you can't do anything about, that have nothing to do with you? You don't say. Well, here we go. Let me preach it a little bit. You're not going to hear or see or get in tune with the answers that are coming through if you don't allow yourself the quiet time needed to hear it. If you don't move away from the distractions that are distracting you from hearing what Spirit is desiring you to hear. Your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So if you have been, now these could be loved ones who have already passed, and you may be asking, are they safe? Are they in pain? Do they hear me? The answers are yes, no, and yes. Yes, they are safe. No, they're not in pain. No, they don't feel pain. They're living their best and happiest life until or if they transition again into a human existence. And yes, they can hear you. Very much so. You don't need a medium. You know that quiet time thing we were talking about? Stepping away from distractions and all of that? If you were to sit in meditation, if you were to remove all distractions, and if you were to reach out to your loved ones, you bet your ass they can hear you. And you bet your ass they could respond if you were open enough to listen and to hear what the messages that they were bringing across. So we have rise above the problem and trust your intuition. So if there's any, remember when I talked about that whole thing about being distracted by other things that you you have no control over, you can't do anything about, or whatever, and you have a tendency to sit in front of social media and make those problems your problems, well, here's the thing. You're being asked to rise above those problems. They have nothing to do with you. You can't change it. You can't change it. And getting upset and screaming and yelling and carrying on and lowering your vibration and doing all of these things because I feel that's why those videos are out there. They want to distract you from what is important at this time. What's important to you is to sit, what's important for you is to sit in quiet time, to meditate and contemplate, to take your time, to allow things to happen in its perfect time, to listen for the answers that you're looking for, and to connect with your loved ones or know that your loved ones are safe, to trust your intuition. And when you're down in those low vibrational energies of human ego, the probability of being able to do any of that is is zip, zilch, zero. Because we're too focused on what other people think or what other people are doing or how other people are feeling or what's happening in this place and that place and this place and this place and that and that and that and that. And then we become the little tippy tappies on the keyboard, and then we go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And then we distract ourselves to the point of now we're not giving any time to our spiritual self, our emotional self, our physical self, emotional self, psychological self, and all of those selves, spiritual, physical, emotional, psychological. We're not giving any time to heal or any time to check in. Now we're just tippy typing away, judging people and doing this, that, and the third, and not really focused anymore upon what we need to do to better ourselves, if that makes sense. So, your angel guidance cards are New Beginnings. And I love the New Beginning card here because it shows you transforming. It shows you shifting and abundance. And abundance can be an abundance of anything, right? Abundance of awareness, abundance of contemplation, abundance of gratitude, abundance of love, of appreciation, abundance of empathy, abundance of contemplation. I already said that. Abundance of happiness, joy, beauty. I mean, just an abundance of anything. So if you can get out of that need to inject yourself in the business of the world that you can't do anything about, well, you can do something about it. You can do something about it from a spiritual level. You can raise your vibration and project that love and compassion out there into the world, and hopefully with others change this energy that we are in right now from uncertainty to happiness and gratitude and love and joy. You can do that, but sitting behind a keyboard and yelling and screaming at people and projecting that negative energy out into the world, because that's what we do when we do that. We project that negative energy out into the world, and negative energy breeds negative energy, and love breeds love, and light breeds light. So, ball's in your court. All right, so your postcards from Spirit. Dear wonderful you, to help you manifest a life for the highest good, we invite you to examine your deepest desires. Okay, imagine all your desires, no matter what kind, like magic seed pods in a basket, glowing with infinite possibilities. Look closely at each one. Are you afraid that some may bring you too much attention and invite negative reactions from others? Is change too daunting? Are you afraid to stretch and grow? Let yourself be led forward and let the seed of positive intention take to the wind. Your desires count, and you are worthy of them. They're essential for co-creating your world. Did you ever consider that when a desire comes from deep within, it might be Spirit moving you to create something beautiful to share with others? Some desires are infused with miraculous powers to move the heart and influence the world in ways you can't possibly know. We know you and love you so deeply and are happy to support you. So there you are. I want to read that again. Some desires are infused with miraculous power to move the heart and influence the world in ways you couldn't possibly know. And I feel that those desires are the desire to be loved, a desire to be appreciated, a desire to create, a desire of passion and compassion and empathy, a desire to stand in one's power, a desire to use one's voice for love and for good, a desire to travel, a desire to explore, right? And all of these things you are capable of. But you are capable of stepping out of that chaotic energy into that quiet energy and listening to the guidance on how to navigate yourself and rise above the chaos or the uncertainties of life, I feel is what you're being guided to do here. So trust your intuition. Take note of divine timing. Okay, well, you can lay down if you want to. Trust your intuition. Take note of divine timing. Sit in quiet time. Meditate. Listen. And allow yourself to step into this new energy. Know that you're divinely guided and loved. And until next time, take care of you.